Welcome to Yankton Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Hy-Vee, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Wince and Ray Funeral Home, First Dakota National Bank, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals, and Raven Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Hello and welcome to the summit at Yankton High School, where the Yankton Gazelles open their basketball season. I'm Zach Spear alongside Tristan Nelson on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. All Yankton athletics are presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. The wait for basketball in Yankton is over. The season will start tonight for the Gazelles in both their season and home opener against the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Both teams are going to be eager to hit the floor, and it should be a game full of energy. Right now, these teams have opposite stories. For the Yankton Gazelles, they return their entire starting 5, as well as key players who come off the bench. For the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, it's going to be a game of let's find out what we have. They return no starters and only one player who saw the court last year. Let's take a look at the numbers from these teams last season. For points per game, Yankton scored 37. Sioux Falls Lincoln scored 34 points per game. In points allowed, Yankton allowed 60 points per game, and Sioux Falls Lincoln gave up 56 points per game. And last year, they opened the season against each other in what was a win for Sioux Falls Lincoln with a score of 50-43. Now, both of these teams had the same record last season of 1-19. The Patriots' one win did come against Yankton, and again, that was the first game of the year, a 50-43 win. For Yankton, with how much they return, expect a much improved team that could make some noise this season. It's exciting for the players, coaches, and of course the fans. With that being said, Yankton is still a fairly young team and will be starting underclassmen throughout the year. For Sioux Falls Lincoln, it's a really big question mark as to what to expect. Only one returning player who saw meaningful play last year, and now she'll be tasked with helping lead a young squad. With that being said, and this being the first game of the season, expect both teams to have high energy, and high energy can be great and not so great. You'll probably see some mistakes in this game that you won't later in the year, whether turnovers or fouls. But a fast-paced game with defense ready to play hard is always entertaining. I'd expect the teams to run different styles, with Sioux Falls Lincoln relying on size and Yankton pushing the court as they have great athletes. Tip-off is at 7, and that just cannot come soon enough. We've got a loaded Anytime Fitness pregame show. Let's make healthy happen. We've got a video for your Gazelles roster to meet the team, interviews with both head coaches, interviews with seniors, and that's all coming up here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. It's now time to meet the Gazelles 2025 and 26 roster.
Lucy Johnson, number 1, guard.
Kelson Wells, number 3, forward.
Addie Muth, number 4, forward.
Jocelyn Elwood, number 5, guard. Eden Wolfgram, number 10, guard.
Nora Kraske, number 11, guard.
Berkeley Olson, number 12, guard.
Jordan Kudera, number 13, guard. Isabel Sheldon, number 14, forward. Time Bestie, number 15, guard. September Rao, 21, guard. Sabrina Kraske, number 22, guard. Brenna Elwood, number 23, guard. Olivia Woods, number 30, forward. Maddie Tarashinsky, number 50, forward.
For beautiful decor and gifts this holiday season, it's Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all from Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts of Yankton, your Christmas and holiday cheer store.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team. Fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now joining on the line is head coach Zach Wessels of the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Coach, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good, thanks.
And now for the first game of the season, how excited are both you and the team to get out on the floor?
I would say a lot. I mean, we've been just kind of competing against each other for 2 weeks now, and, you know, it's going to be nice to see some fresh, faces and compete against someone that we don't know that, well. So the girls are pretty pumped about it, and that's good. So.
And you mentioned, you've kind of been battling it out between yourselves. Now you get some fresh faces. What are going to be some of the main things that you try to keep an eye on, especially because it's the first game?
Yeah, I mean, we're so new. We don't have many returners. We are really young. So, we've only had seven practices, so it's going to be a lot of controlled chaos, right? And so we're just trying to get the girls to click and see the big picture as we play live, just for the first time, and just understand that things take time. And but best way to go is just to play live.
And now coming up, you're on the road as your team takes on the Yankton Gazelles. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Just again, it's more about us. A lot of these girls are new, and it's going to be fun to see them out there for the first time on varsity and with kind of the quote unquote big lights. And it's going to probably take some time for them to kind of calm down when things start. But just to get their feet wet out there, we have a really good group of kids, and we're just. The plan is to play hard and compete and see what the scoreboard says just from there.
And you've mentioned a couple times now about how it's more so focusing on what your team can do well. What are just a couple things you'd hope that they can do well in this one?
I want us to start, kind of coming together with what we're trying to run offensively and the strategies that we're trying to pull out defensively. And it's going to take time. But, when these girls start to get it, it's fun to see their faces and see them kind of be able to connect with each other and say, hey, that makes sense now, actually. And so that's kind of what we're most looking forward to, I think.
And you've mentioned that, yes, it is kind of a young team. You don't return a lot of those starters. What's that change like from having multiple upperclassmen to just one senior this year? And then the excitement of that's when you see a lot of growth from every game to game is when you have a young team.
Mm-hmm. Well, right. And actually, we don't return like any starter. We have, I think, one girl on our team who's played varsity time. So, there's a lot of newness to it too. But just like I said, we have a great group of kids. These kids care about just going out there and doing their best and trying to play with love and togetherness. And so we're really new, we're fresh, but these girls are just great girls, and it's just fun to go out there and play.
And who are a couple of the players on your team that we should keep an eye out for in this one?
Our starting guard, she's a sophomore. She's our one that played some last year, Regan Van Meteren. Very good kid, very good captain, and she's kind of the leader of our team. And another girl is a freshman. She's going to be our starting one. So Addie Bruns, very good kid, very, very young, but talented player who just wants to learn to play better just each day. But we have a lot of good kids again. So, I think just playing together just as a group, not one or two girls trying to take the head of it and stuff. And yeah.
And what kind of an offense and a defense are you going to try to run in this one?
I think we'll just wait until the game. So, we brought in some new motion concepts, but we don't know what Yankton's going to run, defensively and things. So, kind of just have to wait until we see what they come out with, and just have to be prepped for kind of anything, zone man and press, not pressing, and we're trying to get prepped as much as we can with a 7-day before the first game week. So. We're just going to have to see what they throw at us first.
So a lot of excitement just to see what this team can do on the floor.
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for the time. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks, Zach.
Again, that was head coach Zach Wessels of the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. When we return, for the first time of the year, our chat with head coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles. All on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. Just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Back on our coaches' conversations, now chatting with Gazelles head coach Blake Savvy. Coach, the season is finally here. What's that look like for you and the team?
Yeah, we're ready to rock. It's been fun this year to just see the difference between year one and year two. We have a lot of returners, and so just the pace of our drills and the understanding between the coaches, the players, and the trust amongst all of those different relationships has really been evident, and it's been a fun start to the year.
And you kind of answered one of my next questions. I was going to say, for the team, you do return a lot of talent. And what is it like when you get to that first practice, and it feels like the girls kind of already know the system? You don't really have to build it into place.
Yeah, I think it just allows us to get to, we can play live a lot more out of some different drills, which is always very valuable because basketball is a chaotic game. And so sometimes when you're introducing drills, they're clean and you're trying to just work on the positioning, the timing, and all of the stuff like that. But when we can get to live, then things become messy and you've got to make live reads and decisions. And I think the learning is just that much more entrenched. And that's really been evident to start the year, just how much more we've been able to just let the girls play out of a drill.
And you talk about being a chaotic game. Speaking of one, it's the first game of the season. What are the things you'll be looking for in the first game?
Yeah, we have to lean into our identity of being an athletic and quick team. So defensively, that's where it has to start for us, and that's going to be in the full and half court. We've got to be able to pressure the ball, be in really good position, and communicate with each other. When you go into the first game, we don't know what Sioux Falls Lincoln brings in tonight, whether that's a man, a zone, a lot of things like that. And so we just have to focus on ourselves and make sure that we play our brand of basketball. And then, again, starting on the defensive end and then getting the rebound. And then that has to transition to the offensive end, and we're running the floor as soon as we get the rebound, trying to make that game quick tempo and a fast pace. And I think that we've got the rotation this year to be able to get some girls a break if they need it, and that will really help us to be able to push the tempo on both sides of the ball.
And as you mentioned, you don't really know what Sioux Falls Lincoln is going to come out with. How do you try and game prep for a game where you don't know what they're going to send your way?
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the season in general, right, we just want to focus on ourselves and what we need to do in the first place. And all the more so when you really don't know until we see tonight, who is out there for their starters, who's going to be a varsity contributor for them. I think when you look at their roster, they have a lot of underclassmen, and so that makes it a little more challenging to try and determine who is going to see considerable minutes on the varsity floor. And so you really just cannot overthink that, and we just have to make sure we're doing the things we need to do correctly.
And let's talk about your team as we enter this season. Any goals that you've put in front of your team this year?
They've been really good about, they want to be held accountable and just continue to grow as a team. And they are very excited about the year. And I think really we feel like when we look at AA, night in and night out, there is a lot of reason to believe that we're going to compete with the majority of AA. And that's a really exciting spot for us to be in. We try very distinctly not to talk about wins, losses, and a number of either or. We are just focused on continuing to grow our own product. And the big step that we want to take this year is when we walk in, whether on the road or at home, we expect that we're competing with that team, and in the fourth quarter, we're going to have a chance to win that game. And we're not going to pick and choose what night that is. We're going to walk into every single game with that mentality.
And you talk about being able to compete. What are just a few things your team is going to have to do well tonight if they do want to be competing?
We have to defend really well. The one thing I can see looking at Sioux Falls Lincoln's roster is they're going to bring some size in tonight. They've got plenty of girls that are around like 5'10", 5'11", 6-foot range. And so what that would tell us is that we've got to be ready to defend the post as a team. And that's going to start with pressuring the ball and not letting ball handlers and passers be comfortable on the perimeter. And then when we get a missed shot, we have to get that rebound. And then that kicks off our transition, and we've got to run the floor and get pressure on the rim that will allow for those inside-out opportunities, and then just for our offense to flow into drive, kick, swing opportunities.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the chat. Good luck in this game, and we'll be talking all season long.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Again, that was head coach Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles on our Coaches Conversations. Basketball season is here and on the way when we return the Gazelles season opener against Sioux Falls Lincoln on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District is your Hallmark headquarters this holiday season. Buy your Hallmark Christmas ornaments, nativity scenes, willow tree, and precious moments there. Find wedding and anniversary gifts and single-serve Abdallah chocolates along with the new item, Gone Nuts. Yankton Rexall Pharmacy is there to help you with all your questions and prescription needs. Holiday shopping begins at the Yankton Rexall in downtown Yankton.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area, guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Hi, this is Sabrina Kraske, senior guard for the Yankton Gazelles. What I'm most looking forward to this year is going out and competing at every game and having fun with my teammates. What got me into playing basketball was my dad played basketball growing up, and then he kind of just put all of us in it when we were young. My goals for this season are to win as many games as possible and to just go out and play hard. My favorite memory in my time of playing with the Gazelles is our UNL team camp in the summer when we went to Lincoln and we played basketball and we got to do a bunch of other fun things. A fun fact about me is that I'm left foot dominant, and my plans for the future are to go to college and potentially become an occupational therapist.
Hi, this is Kelson Wells, senior forward for the Yankton Gazelles. What I'm most looking forward to this year is winning more games and playing with really good people. What got me into playing basketball was my parents played basketball and they started me off really young and just continued to play. My goals for this season are to make it to the state tournament and to improve as much as I can every game. My favorite memory in my time of playing with the Gazelles is this summer going to Kenley Vanderteeg's house and getting to play Just Dance. A fun fact about me is I have a fake tooth, and my plans for the future are to attend Augustana and hopefully become an anesthesiologist.
Hi, this is Addie Moose, senior forward for the Yankton Gazelles. What I'm most looking forward to this year is having fun with my teammates and getting better every game. What got me into playing basketball was my mom played basketball and I just loved the sport, and we started when I was really little. My goals for the season are to make the state tournament and to compete and have fun with my teammates. My favorite memory in my time of playing with the Gazelles is playing throw burrito in between our camp games and trying to have chemistry. A fun fact about me is I have 2 turtles. I used to have 2 turtles, Chip and Guac. And then my plans for the future are to go to college and become an elementary teacher.
Hi, this is Nora Kraske, senior guard for the Yankton Gazelles. What I'm most looking forward to this year is spending this last year with my teammates and just playing hard. What got me into playing basketball was that both my parents played and my older siblings played. So I just did the summer camps and I really enjoyed it. My goals this season are to go out and just play the best I can with the team and continue to improve every game. My favorite memory in my time of playing with the Gazelles is last year on our way home from Rapid, we got stuck because our bus broke down. It wasn't as fun when it happened, but looking back, it's a really great memory. A fun fact about me is that I can solve a Rubik's Cube, and my plans for the future are to attend USD and study finance in hopes of going to law school.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Hi, this is Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. Merry Christmas! I have everything for your holiday gifting for the ladies, the kids, including gift certificates. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all. And welcome back to the Anytime Fitness pregame show here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube, as the Yankton Gazelles will host the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. And I see we've got some fans who are excited for this season and the game to get started. I apologize, I can't scoot up the game any earlier, get it going any earlier. We are pacing pretty close for the original start time at 7 o'clock, and we're looking like tip-off might be pretty close to that time. For now, though, the pregame show will continue. These two teams last year really kind of in that same boat. They both ended the season with a 1-19 record, with the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots as the 18th seed in AA, and Yankton finished as the 19th seed in AA. And really both teams are going to be looking to try and improve that here in this season. Again, as we've kind of mentioned with Sioux Falls Lincoln, it's a lot of unknowns as they graduate all their starters and most of their key players that even came off the bench last year. So they really have one returning player who they can rely on. And so it's really just, well, let's see what these other girls have, because they're going to be on the floor here throughout the season. And, well, as Coach Wessel's kind of said it as well, you know, we're not really looking to necessarily game plan around Yankton and what they're doing. We really just need to, for now, focus on us. Make sure we're doing the correct things like fundamentals. We're not turning the ball over too much. We're not committing fouls that don't need to be committed. For the Gazelles, though, again, it is kind of that opposite, where they bring back pretty much all of their key players that they had from last season. And all of their starters return, and a good amount of their bench players, or the off-the-bench players, I should say, come back. So really, Yankton's looking to have a pretty big jump in the season from last year into this. Last year, they were led by Eden Wolfgram. She will return as a junior this season, so another year even after this to have her on the squad, as well as September Rao, who is a sophomore and also helped lead the team last year as a freshman. For Yankton Athletics, this girls' team is just going to project upwards for the next season or two, and it really should get people excited for the season to come. Earlier you heard the seniors chatting about what they're excited for and what some of their goals are for the season, and it was nice to hear a couple times mentioning Sodak 16 or the state tournament, because that would be quite the jump here for the Gazelles should they make it into the state tournament. This is the second night of AA basketball officially in the state of South Dakota. Last night was the first game, and Harrisburg took on Marshall, Minnesota, which is my alma mater where I went to college. In Marshall, the cold and windy town in Minnesota. But they took on Harrisburg. Harrisburg lost that one 59-44. For the Gazelles, They take on Sioux Falls Lincoln tonight here, just moments away, only a few minutes before we have our starting lineups, our national anthem, and of course tip-off and a great game. But this is the only game that will be taking place in all of AA. And really, the AA season, there are a couple games coming up, but next Friday is really when the thick of the season starts, and pretty much every team is going to be playing. We do have some action in Class A tonight. Centerville will take on Parker Marion. Millbank against Great Plains Lutheran. Aberdeen Roncalli will take on Northwestern, and Kimball White Lake against Hanson. Class B also with some games that include Lemon against Bison, Takini versus Wakpala. Laverne, Minnesota will take on Arlington. Centerville again against Parker Marion, as that's a cross-class matchup. And Linton HMB North Dakota against Timber Lake. So it's definitely some basketball going on here tonight, but only one game in AA. Both teams are warming up on the floor right now. The Patriots on the road tonight as they've each got their warm-ups on, but you can tell the Gazelles will be in their white jerseys and shorts, and on the flip side for the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots in their blue jersey and shorts. I do want to take a moment to thank all of our Yankton Sportscaster Club members. We couldn't broadcast these games without your support, so we really do appreciate it, as well as all of our Element sponsors, our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This pregame show brought to you by Anytime Fitness of Yankton. Starting lineups that'll be just moments away, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling. Replays brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. Timeouts and water breaks, Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. Our scoreboard provided by the Fox Stop of Yankton. Halftime will be the Vichet Yankton halftime show. Halftime Beyond the Game brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Our postgame is the same as our corporate sponsor, First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. And then our hot hands of the game brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling, and that is during the postgame. Again, a big thank you to all of those sponsors. We couldn't broadcast these games without you. We'll take one final break here in our pregame. When we return, starting lineups, national anthem, and more on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
And as we return right into our national anthem, we'll keep it live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube to honor America. So if it's silent for a moment on radio on Classic Hits 106.3, it's for the anthem. Again on the floor, you just heard the national anthem that was performed by the Yankton High School Pep Band as we are moments away from tip-off. Again, the Yankton Gazelles hosting the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots in the home and season opener for each squad. For the Gazelles, they'll be in their all-white jerseys and white shorts trimmed out in red. The visiting Patriots in their light blue jersey and shorts trimmed out in red and white. It's time to meet your starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. We start with the starters for the visitors in the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. At junior guard, it's number 4, Ingrid Reddy. Freshman guard, number 14, Addie Bruns. A sophomore on the floor, the guard, number 22, Regan Van Meteren. A sophomore forward, number 24, Claire Pliska. And the lone senior starting here for the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots at forward, number 52, Serena Graff. It's now time to meet your Yankton Gazelles starting lineups, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion.
Kelson Wells, number 3, forward.
Jocelyn Elwood, number 5, guard. Eden Wolfgram, number 10, guard. Nora Kraske, number 11, guard. September Rao, 21, guard.
And those are your starting lineups for the Yankton Gazelles, presented by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. And I do want to say a special thank you to Tony and Angie of Pivotal Photo for their work on those videos. They look absolutely fantastic, and a big thank you to them for letting me use them throughout the season. So a big thank you to Angie and Tony of Pivotal Photo. The summit here in Yankton is starting to fill in as the crowd's getting excited for the first basketball game of the season. One team will get their first win of the season, the other their first loss. These are both teams coming off a 1-19 season. It would be huge to come out with a victory right out of the gates for one of these two teams. For the Gazelles, it's the same starting lineup that we saw frequently throughout last season. As on our Yankton streaming, we'll load up the Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. As meeting at the center at the Yankton Y for the tip-off is September Rao for the Gazelles and Serena Graff for the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. Ball is up in the air and the tip controlled by the Gazelles, who will start with the basketball here. Gazelles looking to be the first to score here, as up top with it is Wolfgram. Pump fakes to the left side at the elbow, steps it back, jumper is good. Eden Wolfgram scores the first points for the Gazelles of the season with a 2, and the Gazelles have the first lead of the game 20 seconds in to the first quarter. Now driving on the far side, the Patriots corner 3 attempt, no good, a fight for the offensive rebound. A jump ball as Kelson Wells and Serena Graff got tied up down below the basket. Possession arrow favors the Patriots. They will retain possession. Possession arrow to flip as soon as the ball is inbounded. Addie Bruns gets it in to the elbow. Van Meteren with it. She's the one player who had experience last year, and a jumper for the Patriots, no good, and pulled in by the Gazelles. On the other side, Rao moves it, flips it. Wells drives in, kicks it out. Wolfgram, the 3, it's good. Eden Wolfgram, 5 points already. Kelson Wells gets her first dish of the season, and the Gazelles have a 5-0 lead here. A minute into this one, 6:54 to play in the first quarter. Down low, the Patriots work it. And now a short jumper, no good, it's off. And the rebound goes Nora Kraske. Wolfgram moves the ball up the floor quickly, steps it back now, drives it down low, dishes it to the free throw line. Elwood, the jumper, no good. Rao pulls in the rebound, fights for it. Her shot denied. Eden Wolfgram gets the offensive board. Wolfgram well beyond the three-point line, gives it up to Elwood, who's deep. Back up top, Elwood wants the triple money. Jocelyn Elwood knocks it home for a three, and the Gazelles a commanding 8-0 lead, less than 2 minutes into this one, and they certainly are looking like an improved team from last season. The first score of the night for Elwood was good for three, as this one picked away. Elwood gets the steal off of the shot, brings it the other way. Rao drives into the lane, right-handed, it goes up and in. The Gazelles are up to double digits. It's 10-0, a commanding lead early in this one. Driving with it is Van Meteren and stripped away. September Rao now faces a 3-on-1, favoring her squad. Wolfgram gets the easy jumper. 12-0, the Gazelles lead. What a start for this Yankton Gazelles squad, who is up 12-0. 2.5 minutes in, a nice drive attempt here by Bruns. Takes the shot, no good, but she will be fouled. Eden Wolfgram picks up the foul. And the Patriots at the line with Addie Bruns. Sinks the first of 2 free throws. And now subbing in for the Gazelles, Brenna Elwood. Elwood, a freshman, as that next free throw no good. Wolfgram gets the rebound. Yankton moves quickly into Elwood's hands. Now to Wolfgram. Wolfgram between the legs beyond the three-point line will hand it off back to Brenna. Brenna brings it up to the free throw line. Kicks it out. Kraske three, no good. Fight for the rebound, ends up with Wolfgram. Wolfgram in the post, dishes it out. Kelson Wells. Wells up top. Kraske, another three-point attempt, leaves it short. The Patriots bring in the rebound this time, as we've got 4:51 to play in the first quarter. 12-1, Yankton leads this one. At the top here, into the hands of Graff. Graff, top of the key. Now down low, they move it. Van Meteren at the baseline, nearly went out. That one knocked out of bounds by Kraske. Possession remains with the Patriots. And now Berkeley Olson will check in for the Gazelles. So a couple of subs for Yankton. We haven't seen one for Sioux Falls Lincoln yet. The inbound gets in, and now Regan Van Meteren drives it into the lane, kicks it out, three-point attempt. Addie Bruns off the glass, no good. Kraske somehow pulls in the rebound after falling to the ground. Wolfgram brings it up quickly, they move. Berkeley Olson no good on the attempt. Yankton's crowd wanted a foul, they won't get it. Moving left to right here are the Patriots on offense, with it Addie Bruns. Bruns to Pliska. Pliska has it stripped away. Jocelyn Elwood got it. Was heading the other direction and was fouled. Elwood, her second steal of the night. That'll be the first personal foul against Claire Pliska. First team foul for the Patriots, one on each side now. Bringing the ball up the floor there, Brenna Elwood to Rao, who kicks it corner three. Kraske back up top. Rao pump fakes the three, drives off the glass. She's got another bucket. September Rao up to 4 points in this one. She's also got a rebound and a steal. 14-1, it makes the lead for the Gazelles. A trap defense there by Yankton, but getting out of it was Addie Bruns. They move the ball around the perimeter. Claire Pliska tries getting it down low, tipped the other way. Berkeley Olson the steal, and she'll take it the other direction. Dumps it off. Brenna Elwood fouled on the shot. Berkeley Olson now in the stat sheet with a steal. And now the second foul against Claire Pliska. Again, her second personal, second team foul. 3:30 to play in the first. Yankton leads 14-1. Brenna Elwood at the free throw line for a pair. Misses the first of two. Now we see the first sub in for the Patriots. It's Aubriana Butler. And in for Yankton is Tyan Bestie and Sabrina Kraske. Elwood, her second free throw attempt here as Rao and Berkeley Olsen in to try for the offensive board. It'll be unnecessary as Elwood gets her first points of the season off of a free throw. Went 1 of 2 at the line. Ball tipped out of bounds by Yankton. Patriots will keep possession. .328 to go in the first quarter. Yankton is already up 15-1. And their offense has just been rolling, and really so is the defense as Elwood, right on cue, takes it the other direction. September Rao thought about the three, instead gives it out. Sabrina Kraske, the three was good, but they're going to say she traveled before the shot. That will wave off the 3 points and give possession to Sioux Falls Lincoln. So score remains at 15-1. Yankton crowd wasn't too happy. They wanted Sabrina to get her first points of the season, as right now 4 Gazelles have already scored in the first quarter here. Full court press defense by the Gazelles was working well. Zach Wessels calls a timeout just in time. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Locally owned for 4 generations, call them for water softening and purification. Salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. We'll take that timeout and be back here in a moment.
Craving something boss level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
It's been a fast and furious start here for the Gazelles, who find themselves on top 15-1 with just over 3 minutes to play in our first quarter of action on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton. A full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizzas, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. Again, that timeout was called by Coach Wessels of the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, now with 4 timeouts remaining. Yankton has all 5 of theirs yet to go. Patriots basketball out of the break. Inbounding here is Aubriana Butler, and that throw was out of bounds to Kennedy Bartles, who tried bringing it in but would have been clearly out of bounds. And a turnover there by this Patriots offense. Yankton back with possession. Tyan Bestie inbounds it to Wolfgram. Bestie now kicks it out. Jordan Kudera in the game for Yankton. Wolfgram with the ball. Last time she played Sioux Falls Lincoln, over 30 points for her. Early in this one, she's already up to 7 points as she drives, left-handed layup off the glass. No good. Rebounded into the hands of Van Meteren, who will bring it the other direction for Sioux Falls Lincoln. Works against Wolfgram defensively. Picked up her dribble near the Yankton Y. Throws it away into the hands of Tyan Bestie, who gets a steal. Or Jordan Kudera, excuse me. And driving with it and scoring it for 2 there is Bestie. Tyan Bestie gets in on the scoring for Yankton. It's 17-1 with 2:20 to play in the first quarter of action. Now a steal for Eden Wolfgram. Wolfgram will bring it the other direction. A deep pass, moving down low, dish back up top. Wolfgram 3, can't get it to fall, but an offensive rebound. The board was for Jordan Kudera. Wolfgram with it, decides to drive to the rack, and 1. Eden Wolfgram gets the bucket and gets the foul. She is on a tear to start this one. 9 points already. Could be in double digits should she sink the free throw. Foul went against Reagan Van Meteren. Her first personal, team's third foul. Wolfgram at the free throw line for the three-point play. Yankton looks impressive to start this season, and Coach Savvy has to be happy with what he's seen so far. Wolfgram left the free throw short into the hands of Van Meter, and it goes. And again, Patriots on offense. Across the half-court line, Van Meteren takes it, working against Wolfgram. Dumps it off to Bartles. Bartles now hands it off. Top of the arc, three for Addie Bruns, no good. Wells fights in and gets the rebound. Wells with both an assist and a rebound in this game. They move it quickly, and fouled hard is Jordan Kudera. She's got a couple of free throws on the way. Yankton trying to put up 20-plus points here in the first quarter of action. Kudera a chance for two as the foul against Van Meter, and her second personal, team's fourth. Sioux Falls Lincoln's next foul would put Yankton in the bonus. Kudera, first free throw, a swish. .94 seconds to play here in our first quarter of action. Kudera to make it 21-1. She's got it. Now Jordan Kudera has scored in this basketball game, and Nora Kraske fights for the ball, forces a jump, and that will give Yankton possession here. Nearly stripped it away. We'll have to settle for the jump ball, but either way, Yankton with the ball as Jocelyn Elwood, Brenna Elwood, and September Rao check in for Yankton. Brenna Elwood gets it up top. A freshman guard here for Yankton. Gives it up to Rao. Rao now to Jocelyn Elwood. Elwood to Elwood. Pump faking the three there as Brenna up to Nora Kraske. Fires the triple. That one falls in for three. Nora Kraske, her first points of the season. And it's 24-1 as September Rao intercepts that pass. Brings it quick the other direction. And a layup no good, but fouled and hitting the deck there is Brenna Elwood. September Rao, her second steal of the night. 8 total steals already for Yankton, 7 minutes into this one. Aubriana Butler picks up her first personal, team's fifth, putting Yankton in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter. First free throw is up and short. Brenna Elwood now coming up her fourth free throw attempt of the night. Ingrid Reddy comes back in for the Patriots. She started in this one, sat for quite some time on the bench, has now checked back in. Right now, the Patriots with 1 point as Elwood makes it 25-1 after sinking the second half of two. Immediately picked off and into the hands of Rao it goes. What a play by Yankton as Rao dishes it. Brenna Elwood, short jumper, a swish. September Rao the assist. And now Yankton fighting to force another turnover. The steal was Berkeley Olson, who gets her second of the night. The Patriots do cross the timeline here. 27-1, and now a travel and another turnover for the Patriots. The 10th turnover for the Patriots in the first quarter of action. 27-1, 33 seconds to play here in this one. Yankton with possession, up big time in the first quarter of play. The Gazelles coming off a 1-19 season, and they certainly look like they came ready to play here tonight. In the corner with it, Nora Kraske up top to Jocelyn Elwood, now moves it. Rao the deep three, short. Fight for the rebound and knocked out of bounds by Berkeley Olson. And it will be Sioux Falls Lincoln basketball with 9.5 seconds to play, no shot clock. They inbound it and move the ball quickly. Moving up is Addie Bruns, drives it as she's fouled, has free throws coming up, and looks like she's on the floor in a little pain. We'll see if she's going to need some time or if she's going to hop back up. Right now, the trainers are on the floor So we'll take a break. When we return, free throws coming up for Addie Bruns on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Groups, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
As we return, 4.5 seconds to play here in our first quarter of action. Yankton leads big time. It's 27-1 as the Gazelles have really made an improvement from last season to this year, as Addie Bruns was able to walk to her own bench, which is the good news. The bad news is she's not in the game right now, so checking in and shooting free throws for her will be Claire Pliska. First free throw, no good, so the Patriots remain at 1 point in this one. Next of two, also no good. Rebound goes to Brenna Elwood. Up front she goes quickly. Berkeley Olson fouled on the shot. What a performance in this first quarter for these Yankton Gazelles. That's the 6th team foul against Sioux Falls Lincoln, and the first personal to go against Ingrid Reddy, as Berkeley Olson now an opportunity to score. 7 Gazelles have scored in the first quarter, and Berkeley Olson misses the first of 2. Should she make this second, 8 have scored for the Gazelles. Truly, it's been a team effort, and defense has been a huge key in this one. Berkeley Olson, next one, bounces around a few times before going through to make our score 28-1 as we wrap up our first quarter of action. A big lead for the Gazelles, who are up 27 after our first period of play. We'll return for the second quarter here on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Our first quarter of play is over with the Gazelles up 28-1. And Yankton has done it all here tonight. Both teams break out of the huddle as the Gazelles on the floor, made up of a squad of Addie Muth, Kelson Wells, Jordan Kudera, Tyan Bestie, and Eden Wolfgram. Patriots will start with the basketball here into the second quarter, as that has officially started. Up top, just looking for anybody. They get it up to Bartles, and now a fight for the basketball. Wolfgram ends up with it. Wolfgram takes it the other direction. Now a dish down low, and that one dribbled out of bounds. A turnover by this Gazelles offense, which we have not seen much of here to start the night. 20 seconds in, 2 turnovers to start the second quarter, 1 on each side. Picking up her dribble is Van Meeteren. Van Meeteren struggling against Wolfgram. Now Pliska with it. Gets it inside the 3-point line to Bartles. Now a fight for the basketball and a jump ball again. That will favor Yankton, and the Gazelles with the basketball, looking for the first score here in our second quarter of action. Wolfgram will bring it down the floor, crosses the timeline. Over to Kelson Wells. Wells back to Wolfgram, thought about the 3, takes a few dribbles, now out to the corner 3. Bestie right back to Wolfgram. Kudera has it to Bestie. Lots of ball movement for the Gazelles on this possession. Wells wants to drive it. Steps into the lane, no good, gets her own rebound, and now she's fouled on the second shot attempt. Kelson Wells has yet to score in this one. Looking to get her first points of the night. The foul will go against Claire Pliska, her 3rd personal for Sioux Falls Lincoln. First team foul in the second quarter as Wells short on the first attempt. Wells good on the next one. And 29-1, that will make your score. Sioux Falls Lincoln trying to make something happen on offense, and now the ball rolls out of bounds. Kelson Wells nearly had a steal, ended up diving for it out of bounds. Love the hustle. Seems like she might have landed a little bit awkwardly. In a little bit of pain, but definitely able to shake it off as she'll stay in the game for now. Patriots inbound it. Van Meeteren goes down low with it now. Out to Ingrid Reddy. Gives it to Bartle. The 3-point attempt no good, and Addison Muth, her first rebound of the night. Gazelles brought it down quickly. Wolfgram drives with it and puts another 2 on the board. Yankton leads by as much as 30. It's 31-1, 6:20 to play in our first half of action. Aubriana Butler has it, but tipped away, taken the other direction, and a foul. Tyan Bestie with the steal. She was fouled in that one there. Probably a smart foul by Sioux Falls Lincoln, as she would have had a wide open fast break layup. The second foul against Aubriana Butler in the game. And the second team foul as Yankton gets the inbound. Wolfgram picks up her dribble. Now out to Bestie. Bestie takes a dribble. Her pass deflected and picked off there by Kennedy Bartles. Bartles now to Regan Van Meeteren. Van Meeteren nearly lost her dribble. It was poked free by Eden Wolfgram. Has to get rid of it. Into Pliska's hands it goes. Pliska beyond the perimeter. Looking for anything and just tosses it in the middle. It was into the hands of Tyan Bestie. Whistle will blow, and I think the Gazelles are going to be tagged with a foul here. They are. Tyan Bestie will pick up her first personal and the team's first here in the second quarter of action. 3 total fouls in the second quarter. 5:40 to play. 31-1 your score. Bestie got a hand on it, dives on the floor. She ends up with the steal. Now Wolfgram gets it up to Addison Muth. And a timeout called by Coach Savvy. Tyan Bestie, her second steal of the night, and this swarming defense of Yankton prevails. 32 points have been scored on this one so far. 31 of them belong to Yankton. We'll take another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break after the timeout called by Coach Savvy of the Gazelles.
My name is Taylor Reining, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. So Elkhorn Valley Bank is different from other institutions because we value our customers and we want them to feel valued. Our customers will walk in the door and we'll greet them by name. We know who their kids are, we know what their background is, we can ask them how things are going, and we pick up where we left off from the last time that they were in. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
5:33 to play here in our first half of action. Yankton leads 31-1. Now in AA in South Dakota, the mercy rule. There's no mercy rule to end a game, but if you're up 30 points come halftime, it will be a running clock outside of free throws and timeouts called. Gazelles with possession here. Sabrina Kraske out to Nora Kraske. Three-pointer from the corner is good. Nora Kraske, her second triple of the night. She gets the assist from her twin. 34-1, Yankton leads it with just over 5 to play in our second quarter of action. Now a tie-up with the basketball. Sabrina got her hands on it and forces the jump ball, which, well, right now it shows the possession arrow favors Sioux Falls Lincoln. They're trying to give Yankton the basketball. So I don't know if they're calling it a foul. And now they will flip sides of the court, as they'll give the basketball to the Patriots, and that is the right call here. Yankton, of course, would have loved to get the basketball right back. Sioux Falls Lincoln with the basketball. Van Meteren. Now she works against Jocelyn Elwood on defense. Crossover gets stopped beyond the perimeter. Out to Ingrid Reddy it goes. Sioux Falls Lincoln offense just really looking for anything. 1 point so far in this game, as the shots just have not fallen for them. And another turnover as Nora Kraske ends up with her first steal of the night. And Rao finishes it on the other side for 2. September Rao up to 6 points in the game. Ties Nora Kraske for the second most of all players. Van Meteren down low in the middle. Sioux Falls Lincoln can't get the basket to fall. And now a tie-up and a jump ball. This time it will go with Yankton. On the shot there was Aubriana Butler. Had a good look in the lane, just didn't get it to fall through. 4:15 to play in our first half of action. 36-1. Yankton leads this one big time. September Rao dishes it out. Jocelyn Elwood, long jumper is good and in for 2. Jocelyn Elwood scores it. Rao gets the assist, her second of the night. She leads her team and the game in that category. Van Meteren picks up the screen from Aubriana, now dishes it out. Corner 3, falling down is Ingrid Reddy. She travels. Another turnover here, and Yankton back with possession. Multiple subs will come in here for Yankton, including Addison Muth, Brenna Elwood, Jordan Kudera, and they're on the floor with the Kraskes. Up top, they try to move it. This one picked off, but then into the hands of Sabrina Kraske, who is then fouled. It was a steal by the Patriots, and then Sabrina got her hands on it. Or excuse me, it's Brenna Elwood who got her hands on it and will be credited with the steal. Inbound here for Yankton. Sabrina Kraske. Now a travel here against Jordan Kudera. And a turnover for this Gazelle squad. 3:28 to play in the second quarter. A 37-point difference that favors Yankton over Sioux Falls Lincoln. Van Meteren will bring the ball up the floor. A crossover, gets inside the perimeter, handed it off. It was dropped there by Serena Graff, who now picks up her dribble. Finds a cutting Van Meteren, no good on the shot, and Nora Kraske the rebound. Yankton moves it quickly as they have so many times tonight. Sabrina Kraske for the triple. Left it short, and now no rebound for Yankton as it goes out of bounds. Sioux Falls Lincoln with it as Yankton last touched it. Rao back into the ball game in place of Brenna Elwood. What a start to this one and for the season for Yankton. Aubriana Butler with it. She is swarmed by Rao, is able to get it up to Serena Graff, the senior forward. She picked up her dribble. No, it must have been a drop there as picked off going the other direction. Jordan Kudera, a wide open layup off the glass and in. Jordan Kudera with her second steal. 7 Yankton Gazelles tonight have 2 steals. The turnovers have led to many points, and 40-1 your score with just over 2 to play in our first half of action. Van Meeteren picked up her dribble. That one deflected, but Graff able to save it in the paint. She picks it up, and now trying to get in and get the basketball was Kudera. She'll pick up a foul. It's been a very clean game for the Gazelles. That's only their 3rd total foul in the game. 2nd team foul in the quarter. First personal against Jordan Kudera. As Tyan Bestie and Berklin Olsen now check in here for Yankton. .208 to play here in the first half, and timeout's going to be called by head coach Zach Wessels of the Patriots. Another Sioux Falls Lincoln timeout, and a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break when we return in 30 seconds.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Back to the Summit, home of Yankton Bucks and Gazelles basketball. Yankton, I mean, talk about a start. You go 1-19 last season. And you come out up 40-1 in the first half of action. Well on their way to a victory here tonight. Still plenty of game time left as this one picked off. Jordan Kudera had the steal. Yankton moves it the other direction. Rao dumps it off. Berkley Olsen, jumper no good. Kudera now with 3 steals. She leads her team as Rao will pick up a foul. Her first personal, team's 3rd in the quarter. Aubriana Butler will inbound it to Van Meeteren. Van Meeteren crosses the timeline. She'll go up against Jordan Kudera, who now leads the game and steals with 3. Wolfgram tries getting her hands on the basketball. She does, forces the jump ball. It'll stay with Sioux Falls Lincoln, and then the possession arrow to flip. This Yankton defense, I mean, defense and offense has just been as good as you could ask for. It just doesn't get much better than this for Yankton. Van Meeteren has it taken away. Kudera, now her 4th steal of the night, and some confusion as to who's bringing the ball down, but Yankton retains possession. 90 seconds to play in our first half here. Kudera up top, Tyan Bestie now to Wolfgram, wants the 3, put too much on it. September Rao gets the offensive rebound, pulls it out, now drives it back into the lane, and loses control of it there. With the basketball here, the Patriots. Rao pokes it free, but back into the hands of Van Meeteren. Gazelles on defense. They've given up 1 point with less than a minute to play here in our first half. And now another turnover for Sioux Falls Lincoln. The turnover forced by the Gazelles defense that has just swarmed Sioux Falls Lincoln so far tonight. Wolfgram to Tyan Bestie, now finds in the corner Jocelyn Elwood. Jocelyn, a bounce pass back to Wolfgram, 23 to shoot, plenty of time on this possession left for the Gazelles. Kudera, bounce pass to Wolfgram, into the lane, she drives it left-handed, layup, rolls around the rim and sinks it. Wolfgram in this one on a tear. 13 points in the first half. 42-1 with 25 seconds to play in the first half. Shot clock has been turned off. Patriots have an opportunity for the final shot of the half and looking to get their second score of the night, and they get it there to make it 42-3. Van Meeteren gets it, and Yankton moves quickly. The stutter step and the off the glass jumper is good. tie-in bestie up to 4 points in the game as the buzzer sounds and we reach halftime. 44-3, Yankton leads this one. What a start to the season for this young Yankton Gazelles team. A couple of seniors who start, but still lots of youth on this squad who has improved so much from last year into this year. 44-3 your score as we enter the Vichay Yankton halftime show. Coming up, your halftime stats, game trends, and then your Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning halftime beyond the game. That's all on its way on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vichay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vichay by visiting VichayCareers.com. Vichay is an equal opportunity employer. Vichay, the DNA of tech.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day, and there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
Now time for the Vichay Yankton Halftime Show. Vichay, define the world's future. Vichay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vichay, building the DNA of tech. Now, back to courtside for all the game trends, stats, and more.
As we enter our Vichay Yankton halftime show, 44-3, the Yankton Gazelles on top. Vichay Yankton define the world's future. Vichay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products. Products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vichay building the DNA of tech. I'm Zach Spear alongside Tristan Nelson here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in here. As what a start to the season for the Gazelles, as it's time for your halftime stats for the Yankton Gazelles. Kelson Wells in this one, 1 point, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Jocelyn Elwood, 5 points, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Aiden Wolfgram, 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Nora Kraske, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. And September Rao for the starters, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Coming off the bench for the Gazelles, Addison Muth has 1 rebound. Berkeley Olson, 1 point and 2 steals. Jordan Kudera, 2 points, 1 rebound, and 4 steals. Tyan Bestie with 4 points and 2 steals. Sabrina Kraske with 1 assist, and then Brenna Elwood with 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Your team stats for the Gazelles out of the half: 44 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and here's really where it stands out: 17 steals in that first half for the Gazelles. That has been the difference here tonight, as they only gave up 3 points in the entirety of the first half. Last season, they gave up 60 points per game, pacing to give up 6 points in tonight's game. It's hard to really say if you're Yankton, what should you do better? You're up 41 points here at the half. There's nothing you can really do any better than that. You stick with it, you stay on it, just don't let your foot off the gas pedal and keep running with it. For Sioux Falls Lincoln, you'd like them to maybe try and slow down the offense, try to get a little bit more movement, as it's been tough. A lot of one-on-one situations that have not favored Sioux Falls Lincoln here tonight, and that's what's ended up causing a lot of those turnovers. So would like to see them just slow it down a little bit and try to make more clean passes, get that good shot opportunity. They've had some good looks here and there. They just haven't fallen for the Patriots. Again, it's a very young team. They lost all but one of their players who had minutes in last season. So it's always tough knowing what's going to happen and who's going to kind of take over for that team. And right now, they just need to kind of settle in, get those nerves out of the way, and try and get it so they can build upon and move, forward, just continue to get better. Again, though, for Yankton, you feel like you're up 41 points. You can't do anything much better at the half. It's time for your Halftime Beyond the Game, and that's brought to you by Kalen's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's. So outside of basketball tonight, there was the oral interpretation, the state festival against Watertown at Watertown. That will continue as well into tomorrow on Saturday, weather permitting, as we could get a few inches of snow. We'll see how that affects some of these events. But still scheduled for Yankton, the high school boys basketball Powerade scrimmage. That'll be 9 to 10:30 a.m. at the high school main gymnasium. There will also be a high school boys basketball parent meeting at the main gym to follow from 10:30 to 11. It'll be in the west bleachers immediately following the scrimmage. Into next week on Monday, the high school band holiday concert will take place 7 to 8:30. There will be a Yankton School District School Board meeting from 5 to 7 at the Admin Boardroom 131 on Tuesday, December 9th. Lots of wrestling and basketball going on, as well as the high school one-act play Tech Prep. That'll be 6:30 to 9 o'clock at the main theater. Of course, we'll have basketball in Huron. That'll be on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. We'll keep you up to date on that. A middle school band concert at the Middle School South Gym from 7 to 8:30. On Wednesday the 10th, a middle school 6th grade boys basketball sign-up meeting, 3:30 to 4. 8th grade girls basketball parent meeting, 5:15 to 5:45. Into Thursday, the BE Santa's workshop from 5:30 to 7. Wrestling and basketball, of course, going on. And then the Lincoln Elementary vocal concert from 7 until 8 o'clock. And that brings us to next Friday, where we'll have a doubleheader for both the Bucks and Gazelles basketball. Again on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. 44 to 3 at the half. We'll take our final break before the second half of action here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you got to call Kalen's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes, They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kalen's to anyone.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memories Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
Back at the floor just in time for our second half of action. We enter the third quarter. Your score, 44-3 with the Gazelles leading this one. And they'll start with the basketball as well. The floor made up of Jocelyn Elwood, Eden Wolfgram, September Rao, Kelson Wells, and Nora Kraske. It is the starting five that we started with to enter the season. Inbound gets in, Rao drives it into the lane, dishes it out. Elwood, who now brings it in, kicks it out. Wolfgram has it, corner three up top. Nora Kraske, her third three of the night, a swish! Nora Kraske with 9 points, Wolfgram the assist. 47-3, 7.5 to play in the third quarter. Again, we'll have a running clock here in the second half as that pass intercepted by Nora Kraske. Gets it up ahead. Rao drives it. Now dishes it to Wolfgram. Off the glass, it's good. Eden Wolfgram the bucket. Rao the assist. And Nora Kraske her second steal of the night. It's 49-3 with Yankton leading. Now a diving effort to the floor. Wolfgram gets her hands on it. Forces a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Sioux Falls Lincoln. So they will retain possession. A 46-point lead here early in the third quarter for Yankton. Aubriana Butler gets the inbound into Van Meteren, works against Eden Wolfgram, who's trying to get her to drive into the double. She does exactly that. Now up top, Ingrid Reddy fires the three. It's off the target and goes out of bounds. Wolfgram will just let it go. And an inbound here for Rao. And Yankton is now a full swap on the floor here for Yankton. There's a chance that's the last we see of the starters here tonight. On the floor here, we'll do our best to get all five. We've got Olivia Woods, Sabrina Kraske, Berkeley Olson, Lucy Johnson, and I believe Addison Muth. It is Muth down low. So an all-new five on the floor here for Yankton. Lucy Johnson hands it off. Now around the horn they move it. Kraske drives it baseline, picks it up. Her pass intercepted by Van Meteren. Van Meteren brings it the other direction up ahead to Ingrid Reddy. Reddy, her pass on the floor and taken away by Olivia Woods, who gets on the stat sheet for tonight. Another steal for Yankton, who's nearing the 20 steal mark in this game. What a defensive effort. Olivia Woods with the basketball, gets it out, corner three on the far side to Sabrina Kraske, right back up to Woods. Woods moves it, Olson wants the three, left it short, gets her own rebound, and now she's fouled on the drive. Berkeley Olson, her first rebound of the night. She's got 1 point in the game. This will be on the floor, and the foul goes against Aubriana Butler. Her third personal, team's first in the third quarter. Yankton inbound here. As now Kraske just has to get it in as it was nearing that 5-second mark into Woods. Using the post, moves off the rim, it bounces, no good. Basketball's on the floor. Both teams look like they've got a hand on it and will have another jump ball. Possession will stay here with Yankton. As now they're gonna actually... I thought the possession arrow was favoring Yankton. It will actually favor Sioux Falls Lincoln. I apologize. So the Patriots with the basketball now. 3-point attempt here. Left that one short. The Patriots. Lucy Johnson the rebound. Up ahead they move it as Berkeley Olsen jumped and just had to do something with it. Threw it down low into the hands of the waiting Patriots. Reagan Van Meter in here with it. Gives it up to Pliska beyond the arc. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. That pass tipped into the hands of Addison Muth. 20 steals on the night for this Gazelles defense. They've done it all on the defensive side of the floor. And now a timeout called by Coach Savvy of Yankton and a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Back to the floor, 3:44 to play here in our third quarter of action. Gazelles lead 49-3 over the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. I'm Zach Spear, joined by Tristan Nelson, helping out on camera and running the stream here tonight on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in as Jordan Kudera fires the three. No good, but an offensive rebound for Brenna Elwood. Elwood, her second rebound of the night. Now she'll take it into the lane off the glass short. Ball's on the ground again, and another offensive rebound for Brenna Elwood. Yankton up top. Kraske the three, no good. Addison Muth gets the rebound. She's fouled and will be taking free throws. Muth has yet to score in this one, looking to get her first points of the night. 9 players have scored for Yankton. Should Muth make a free throw? Well, they're going to say it was on the floor. So scratch that. No free throws coming up. As Madeline Tarashinsky has checked in here for Yankton. An inbound here. Kudera got her defender in the air. Drives with it. Put too much on the layup. And Sioux Falls Lincoln will take it the other direction. Moving with it, Van Meeteren. Van Meeteren, that pass tipped, but a foul on Yankton. It'll go against Lucy Johnson. Her first personal, team's first in the quarter. The inbound gets into Aubriana Butler. And she'll give it up. Now down low, a score for the Patriots. The bucket good by Kennedy Bartles. 49-5, it'll make your score. Jordan Kudera, the crossover. Now to Lucy Johnson. To Tarashinsky in the corner, loses the basketball. Able to get it back up top to Lucy Johnson, who dishes it down low, gets the assist. Jordan Kudera scores it. Kudera up to 6 points in this one. 51-5 your score. 95 seconds to play in this third quarter of action. Now up top with it, Serena Graff. That one tipped away. Graff able to pick it back up, but Yankton's defense not making it easy. Looks like we might have an injury on the floor. Unfortunately, we do. Aubriana Butler appears to be in pain. We'll take the camera away, and we will send it to a break. Hopefully she's all right when we return here on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Do
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
And the good news is Aubriana Butler was able to get up and get to her bench. She will be sitting here. But again, just great news that she was able to get up and walk on her own. As checking in for her is Danica Borboom for the Patriots. Now Van Meteren up top with the basketball. Works against Tyan Bestie. Has to pick up her dribble over to Borboom, and now the shot clock will sound, and it's a violation there and a turnover for the Patriots, who've turned the ball over more than 20 times in tonight's game. 51-5 your score here. Yankton on top late in the third quarter with a running clock. Madeline Tarashinsky finds a driving. Kudera gets the layup to go. Jordan Kudera gets it. Madeline Tarashinsky the assist. We have seen nearly every player on the roster get in this one for the Gazelles. 20 seconds to play in the third. No shot clock, but a foul here. That'll be going against Olivia Woods. Her first personal, team's second. And no, actually, they're going to say it's on Kudera, so that'll be her second personal. 3 seconds to play in the third, and now a foul that will send us into the end of the third. We'll see who the foul's on before we send it to break before the final quarter of action. This time will go against Olivia Woods, her first personal, team's third. We've got 8 minutes to play. 53-5, Yankton leads this one late in the game and are well on their way to their first win of the season. You'll want to be here for that. It's going to be lots of excitement, and the talk with Blake Savvy, head coach of Yankton, he's probably going to be fairly excited about how his team has performed tonight. That's all after the fourth quarter of action during our First Dakota National Bank postgame show, as well as our hot hand of the game brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. You're tuned in to Yankton Gazelles basketball.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
53-5 your score here. Yankton up late in the game. 8 minutes to play remaining. As again, we have a running clock here. That rule in South Dakota is if you're up 30 points or more during the second half at all, it then becomes a running clock outside of when free throws are shot and when timeouts are called. For Yankton, we've seen a number of players. Right now, every player that has seen the floor for Yankton as well has a recorded stat. Just a great performance by this Gazelles squad. Making up the floor right now, Olivia Woods, Lucy Johnson, Madeline Tarashinsky, Sabrina Kraske, and Addison Muth. Lucy Johnson gets the inbound, and the Gazelles will start with it here in the fourth quarter. The kick out. Tarashinsky wants a three, put too much on it. Into the hands of Sioux Falls Lincoln it goes. For the Patriots on offense, they move it right to left here. Lucy Johnson pulls it away and gets a steal. 7.5 to play in this one. Sabrina Kraske fires the three off the front iron. Offensive rebound for Addison Muth, her third of the night. A dish up top, Tarashinsky pump fakes a three, drives into the lane, gets the layup. as we'll watch that replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. Yankton Winnelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. Tereshinski gets the bucket, gets the foul as Van Meteren picks up her third personal, and the chance for the three-point play here for Madeline Tereshinski, the junior forward of Yankton. Goes through her progressions, and the free throw was sank, but a lane violation on Yankton will negate that 1 point. 55-5, Yankton up by 50 points here in the fourth quarter. Lucy Johnson, again, another steal, brings it the other direction into Tereshinski. Couldn't get the transition layup, and now a foul on Lucy Johnson, her second personal, team's first of the quarter. Up ahead, they move it. Now to Ingrid Reddy with the basketball. She works against Kraske. Now into the corner. The Patriots looking for a score here. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Yankton. Stays with Sioux Falls Lincoln. Again, the clock will continue to roll for the remainder of this one. The inbound will come in from Addison Blotsky of the Patriots, a freshman on the squad. Into Kennedy Bartles it goes. Bartles now to Pliska. Beyond the three-point line, under 10 to shoot here for Sioux Falls Lincoln. Serena Graff tried to bring it in, was shut down immediately. 3 to shoot on this one. Pliska just has to take the deep three, buries the triple. 55-8 it makes the score. 5:35 to play here in the game. Lucy Johnson brings the ball up the floor. Into Olivia Wood's hands now to Tereshinski on the near side. Down low to Lucy Johnson. She'll bring it back out beyond the perimeter. Olivia Woods out to Sabrina Kraske. Wants a three. Rims around and no good. A high pass there to Ingrid Reddy. Out of the hands of Blotsky. It goes out of bounds and a turnover here. Yankton with possession, under 5 to play. Clock has stopped as of right now. As some discussion on the floor and some subs for the Patriots. Not sure necessarily where there might be some confusion. And now the Patriots will sub in Marley Avery and Regan Van Meteren. Gazelles with the basketball. Lucy Johnson crosses the timeline. Yankton moves left to right on offense. In the last few minutes here of the game, they lead 55-8. Now a travel called on Sabrina Kraske. She maybe thought a hand got on her arm, but it will be a turnover, and back with the Patriots it goes. Up the court, Regan Van Meteren moves it, loses the basketball. It's on the floor. Lucy Johnson immediately there to make things tricky for her. Into the corner, Ingrid Reddy with the basketball as she gets tied up with Olivia Wood. Woods forces the jump ball, and the ball will stay with Sioux Falls Lincoln. A heads-up play, though, for the junior forward of Yankton. We're officially halfway through our fourth quarter of action. It's 55-8, Yankton leads. Again, you'll want to keep it here for the postgame show. We'll hear from head coach Blake Savvy about what his first impressions of the season are. I assume pretty good, as well as our Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game. Down low, they move it now for the three-point attempt off the back iron. It goes from the hands of Bartles. A fight for the rebound. It gets pushed out. Last touch by the Patriots. Lucy Johnson brings the ball down the floor. Great experience for some of these younger Gazelles on the team. Getting to play about half of a whole game of varsity. And that will come in handy for them when they do need to come in, and then in the future when they're starting. Woods back out to Kraske. Now Lucy Johnson wants a three. It's on target. Lucy Johnson, her first points of the night. Sabrina Kraske gets the assist, her second of the night. That's Lucy Johnson's first score of the night. And it makes it 58-8. 2:38 to play in the fourth quarter. Ball is tipped into the hands. It goes of Yankton, and Brenna Elwood comes up with the steal. Her third of the night. She trails only Jordan Kudera, who has 4. Yankton not too aggressive on offense. They've got a 50-point lead here late in the game. If this doesn't get Yankton fans excited for this Gazelles team, not sure what will. Madeline Tarashinsky got cut off on the baseline, and smart move, just throws it off the defender. It goes out of bounds. You don't see it too frequently, but it's a smart move. If you have nowhere to go with it, here you have it. We cross the 2-minute mark. It stays with the Gazelles, who have 8 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Inbounding as Tarashinsky gets it in. Sabrina Kraske now. Lucy Johnson, 5 to shoot, just fires up the triple, no good. Gets her own rebound and keeps possession with the Gazelles. Tarashinsky moves it to Kraske. Her pass deflected, and it'll be hit across the floor. Madeline Tarashinsky, the first player to get her hands on it, so no turnover for Yankton, as that did reset the shot clock. A corner three. Kraske puts it in. Sabrina Kraske, her first score of the night, and Madeline Tarashinsky, her second assist. 61-8 with 75 seconds to play in this one. Yankton a massive lead, driving and scoring there. Van Meter, and a nice score. Got into the paint, and her first points of the night come in the closing minute here of this one. 1 minute to play, and now a travel called on Yankton. And it will give the ball to Sioux Falls. Well, they made the sign for a travel, and it's going to stay with Yankton. They're just letting the subs in, and I guess either or. Game will continue to roll on. Under 40 seconds to play here. A handoff to Sabrina Kraske, picks up her dribble. 32 seconds to play. More likely than not, it'll be the Gazelles' final offensive possession of the night. Johnson over to Tarashinsky. 7 to shoot as Sabrina Kraske has it beyond the perimeter. Now 3 to shoot. Madeline Tarashinsky with it, takes a dribble, has to fire up a 3. Off the glass it goes, as they're not even going to call the violation, as now the official will blow it dead, because Sioux Falls Lincoln thought it had been and just threw the ball out of bounds. With 2 seconds to play here, we won't see a final shot attempt for the Patriots. Your final score tonight, 61-10. Yankton comes out with the win, and they have tied their total of wins from last season already. Talk about an improvement. Last season going 1-19 all year long. They come out and win by 51 points in their season and home opener. For the Gazelles, the future is bright, and we have already seen leaps and bounds of improvement. It's really impressive to see a team come out and just dominate from start to finish after a season that saw them winning 1 game. Hats off to head coach Blake Savvy and his coaching staff, and of course to the players on the court tonight. Again, we'll enter our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. We'll have our final stats, what we saw on the floor, what's up to come for the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles, as well as final stats and your Kaiser heating and cooling hot hands of the game. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment with those final numbers and what's up to come. You're tuned in on Classic Hits 106.3 in Yankton, streaming on YouTube. I'm Zach Spear alongside Tristan Nelson. We'll be back for the First Dakota National Bank postgame show.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up, and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers two menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District. Through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
And back on our First Dakota National Bank postgame show, First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with two locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. And making a quick time up here is head coach Blake Savvy. Coach, first of all, just congratulations on a huge win to start the season.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was a very fun game and a great night.
And I know in your interview you said you're not keeping track of wins. You're not, worried so much about that. It's got to feel good to just get that first one out of the way.
Yeah, I think, that's a phenomenal tone for the girls to start and set early on in the season. The defense that we saw tonight, that's the brand that we need to see all season, and so for them to have success with it early is really fun. And then offensively, there's a lot of girls that touched the ball. We ran hard in transition. I thought we executed well, shared it well. We're very fundamentally sound. There'll be things when we go to film that we need to clean up because it's the first game of the year and early in the season.
We apologize for that. A little bit of technical difficulties here on the floor. Coach Savvy, we're just in the middle of talking about the defensive effort from your team.
Yeah, I think it was a great tone for us to set for the night. They defended hard for the entire length of the court. And even when, it gets challenging when you're up like that at half, and we challenged the girls in the halftime that the half-court defense still needed to look great, and the effort had to be there. And we still saw girls diving for loose balls, getting after the ball while they were guarding and just pressuring. And so just really proud of them. And then, again, offensively, just to see a lot of girls touch the ball, share the ball, make some shots, and just have some success. So proud of them and the start that they get to the season.
And defense really was a driving factor. Your team had 23 steals in this one. That's going to win you a lot of ball games. On top of that, sharing the ball. I mean, this did not look like a team where anyone wanted to be, it's my shot, I'm going to take this one myself. 12 assists on the floor as well tonight. And everybody who made it onto the floor had a stat of some sort. I mean, just overall, everyone on the team contributed to this win.
Yeah, the steals, that's a phenomenal stat. And obviously, we can't expect every game to be like that, and we're going to have to be really fundamentally sound and in positions and communicating a lot. But just to see them come out and fight, regardless of the opponent, was a really, really great thing to see. And then offensively, I think we can even push ourselves for more than 12 assists. I think when we're shooting that many shots and we've got that many rolling, we can get the ball moving. And if we convert on a few more shots, I think that assist number goes up. And so, but again, just coming out the gates, it's a phenomenal game for the girls.
And as you said, a phenomenal start to the season. 1-0 you start out, now on to Huron next Tuesday. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, that one's going to be a fight. ESD battles, and we go to the Huron Arena, which is a loud place to play. And just kind of, every time I go in there, it's got that old school feel. And we know that Huron's going to come fight. And they've got some talented girls that were phenomenal last year and are returning this year. And so this was a great starter for us to get some energy and some momentum and come out on the right note. But we've got to be ready to go fight on Tuesday for every single point and every single stop.
Absolutely right. Back to work, but congratulations on the first win of the season, Coach, and looking forward to many more this season.
Thank you very much.
Again, that was head coach Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles here on our First Dakota National Bank postgame show. We'll get through your final stats and then your Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game. Kelson Wells in this one had 1 point, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Jocelyn Elwood, 5 points, 1 assist, 2 steals. Eden Wolfgram wrapped up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Nora Kraske had 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. September Rao with 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Olivia Woods had an assist in this one. Madeline Terashinsky with 2 points and 2 assists. And then Lucy Johnson, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Addison Muth with 3 rebounds and a steal. Berkeley Olsen with 1 point, 1 rebound, 2 steals. Jordan Cooter had 8 points, 1 rebound, and 4 steals off the bench. Tyann Bestie, 4 points, 2 steals. Sabrina Kraske with 3 points and 2 assists. And Brenna Elwood, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. and 3 steals. Now time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling Hot Hands of the Game, Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. For tonight, I'm going to go with one of the starters, Nora Kraske, who had 3 3-pointers fall, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. As far as shooting, Nora Kraske was lights out here for the night, and really just an impressive performance. There's so many players you realistically could give the hot hands of the game to, but tonight we'll give it to Nora Kraske. Up next for the Yankton Gazelles, they take on the Huron Tigers. That'll be this upcoming Tuesday as they look to start their season 2-0. That'll be live on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Game is set for 7 and should be an exciting one for sure. And then next Friday, both the Bucks and Gazelles will be in action. It'll be the Bucks season opener, and for the Gazelles, their 3rd game of the year as a doubleheader as they host Harrisburg. Gazelles will start at 6, and the Bucks, it'll be close to 7:30, but really just depends on how that first game goes. Again, it'll be on Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube as the Gazelles get a huge win. Just an exciting start to the season as one win down and hopefully many to come. 61-10 your score. When you need Yankton Bucks and Gazelles athletics, Classic Hits 106.3 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. And when you want to know when it's happening, well, tune in all week long to Classic Hits 106.3 and as well as our Facebook page. We will keep you up to date, let you know when games are, how to tune in, how to watch and listen live. Again, thank you for tuning in for tonight. I'm Zach Spear alongside Tristan Nelson. Have a great rest of your night and go Bucks and Gazelles.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School basketball from 5 Star Communications. Thanks for tuning in and join us next time for all Yankton athletics. Go Bucks and Gazelles!